George, let's come to you.
Hi, everyone. This is George, as Leo mentioned. I just want to give a bit of a background about myself, about the restaurant that I represent. So my name is George. So I run two brands. One is Back to Grills, and the other one is the I have a day job. My wife also has a day job, and however, it's our chef partner who runs the business, runs the show on a daily basis.
George, I think some issue with connection. Your voice is breaking.
In the restaurant space, we've been around for close to 13 months now. So we set up a restaurant in Utmeta, and then during the course of the year, we set up a cloud kitchen in Basra to cater to the new Dubai audience. And to supplement our business, our restaurant, we also started a dark kitchen, Desi Wings. And what we were hoping for in the beginning of this year was with Expo being around the corner, we were hoping that the business would turn up and we would finally cover our cost. But in our surprise, we found that in March we were suddenly slapped with this COVID situation, which kind of put the spanner in our works. And so what we finally did was we started looking into each of our cost elements, right from our food cost and all the other overheads, which is our admin and all the other costs that is related to the business. We have now started to look at each one of them individually to make sure that we reduce it and see where we can get some gains. One of the things that, there's no right or wrong to this. One of the things that I've been pushing for very hard is to remove discounts on aggregator platforms. And as of yesterday, I have finally removed discounts on all the platforms. The only platform where I have discount is on Chatfood, which is my own personal platform for the restaurant for both my brands. There are two reasons, right? I mean, there are two aspects that we guys have, all of us are vouching for. One is the aggregator commission, to bring down the aggregator commission, and the other is to reduce the discounts. And discounts is something which is in our hands. And so, as Nikki mentioned, reducing discounts is to preserve the health of our business. And I've taken this decision unilaterally to remove discounts on all platforms. And one very interesting calculation that we did, which we ran a couple of days back, was even if we see a drop in 30% sale because of removing discounts on aggregator platforms, we're still better off. We're still better off with a 30% drop. So that was quite an eye opener for all of us. And what we also saw was our business did drop, but I know that it's going to be a bit stressful for many restaurant owners to see that the sales volume drop. But let me assure you, this will definitely lead to an increase in your bottom line. So the first year we spent a lot of money on marketing related activities, and this was the period where we had to kind of let customers to know that we exist in the market. And so that's another area that we have finally decided that we need to now focus on, specifically promoting our own channels. Though we have taken Chatfood as a platform to push our online delivery, our direct order online deliveries, unless you spend money on it, and there's no way that people will get to know that you exist as a brand. And so what we have done is obviously taken down discounts from aggregator platforms, which will reduce your visibility on those platforms. However, whatever savings we get from doing that, we have employed it in promoting our Facebook and Instagram ads. So one of the things that I initiated with our entire group of restaurant owners was to collectively remove discounts. And the reason why I suggested that we do it collectively is not because I mean, it makes a difference to the aggregator platforms, but it's just that there is certain acts that when we do it collectively as a group, it will prove that this group is standing united and taking certain decisions. And this is one such initiative, which we think by doing it together, we are getting one step closer to our larger vision of, taking control back from the aggregators. So this is my two cents of advice that I want to give all our group members, urging each one of you to kind of look at the numbers. For some, it does make sense to keep discounts provided you make money. However, what I only want to say is that removing discounts will definitely benefit you in case you're still not making money, right? And compared to and in the due course, we will also continue pushing for reduction in commissions from our aggregator platforms. That's an effort that we will continue pushing for. So these are some of the things that we've been doing. And the other thing I want to also say is that what we have also done in terms of to reduce our cost pressure is we've been negotiating terms with our existing suppliers, and they understand markets have not been too favorable for restaurant owners. So what the other thing that we've done is there are whatever outstanding dues, try and negotiate terms with them, ask them, can there be a waiver or certain discounts that can be passed on to us given the current situation? And many have gracefully passed on considerable discounts to us, which has definitely helped our bottom line. So these are some of the things that we have been personally as a restaurant owner, I've been undertaking in the last few weeks. And I personally look at this current situation as a blessing in disguise. I mean, there are many things that we would have done over the course of next many months, but we've just accelerated our efforts to make sure that we get into some drastic measures to drop our cost and look at our bottom lines. And looking at every single aspect, whether it's food cost, whether it's a delivery cost, whether it's an admin cost. There are certain costs such as your rentals, fixed expenses such as your rentals, and aggregator commissions that you pay, which is beyond your control. But those are things that we will hopefully address collectively as a group. Yeah, I mean, that's basically some of the measures. So when Leo asked what are the things that we as a restaurant owners are planning to do before we open out a restaurant, these are some of the measures that I have been personally taking in the last few days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, George. I would also just share the survey results, which George did. So we posted it in group, I suppose, but maybe not everybody noticed. So like the question, there were several questions. Would you like to store? So in general, would you like to do it? So and 46 people answered yes. So it was second question about timelines, like mid-May or end of May. Most of people were about middle of the May. And the last questions was like, are you ready to do it immediately? And 85% of people, 41, were ready to do it immediately. So George, how do you see next steps? What and who need to do?
So, I mean, let's see, again, there's no right or wrong to this. All I'm asking for is, can we collectively decide to, whoever's agreed to pull off discounts? Obviously, this is a measure to take care of your financial health. Could we collectively do it in the first week of May? I understand there are probably some sales targets that you have to achieve by end of April. But could we collectively look at doing it in May, just to kind of make our voice heard, and it'll probably expedite bringing the aggregators onto the discussion table, which is what we're hoping for. I know that in the last few weeks, a lot of press releases, a lot of press reports have gone out, and including one today in Khaleej Times and in Gulf News. So there's a lot of noise. Is to come to us and kind of open a discussion with us, and hoping that with all these little measures where you're engaging your bloggers, your social content, all of this is driving the same point, will possibly expedite getting these people onto a discussion table. So my urgent request is that those who've agreed to do it, to go into pulling off discounts completely from all platforms, such as we do it either in the first of March or in the first week of May, or first week of sometime around.
Okay. Seems George disappeared. Yeah. Anybody here, George?
I think connection is lost.
Yeah, I'm still on.
Yeah, George, you disappeared.
Sorry, I lost you. What is that, Leo?
Nobody heard you, so you disappeared for a minute maybe, or 30 seconds, something like that. Okay, so as I understood, main call to action: people who voted, let's do it together, like somewhere in the big. Yes.
Wait, sorry, guys, I'm losing you. Sorry, one sec. I'm having some issue at my end.
Yeah. Okay. So your call to action was to join this idea for people who voted for it. So I think we will send a message to all people who voted about the next steps. Okay. Yes. There are also two questions about tools and how to reach more customers through direct ordering platforms. I think, Sulafa, we spent the last time more than 1 hour to discuss this topic. So better to watch the record from last meeting, because at the last meeting we discussed it in very, very, very details. So Olga, please post here, please, meeting record for Sulafa. So better to do it like this. I think not to waste time right now. Okay, so thank you, Josh, very much.